Yo, what's going on, everybody? Just for this very quick video for the weekly watch list, I just wanted to show y'all exactly how you can tell the price trend is moving up or down, and really just how to stay on the right side of price. But here we are, so let's go back to where we were. I'm gonna go back to the all-time daily, and you can do this from any time frame to get the all-time. But this was our old all-time high. It was about 480. I'm sure all of you are aware. So we're gonna start our story from about there. Go back to the daily. Go back to where current price is. And we're just kind of focused on the we're just kind of focused on the last couple months of the market. But here we have current price, we have the old all-time high, and so a really easy way to tell if we're bullish or bearish from this point, you can see we broke over it. Okay, awesome, 40% entry. So let's zoom in on that. So we have from that level to the first point of the slowdown. So price isn't slowing down here, it's still green, it's still going up, gaps up, still good momentum, slight change in trend. They just have a nice little red day. Awesome. So first red day is our first slowdown. It's just a breaking point. It's nothing crazy yet, but it's giving us really good crucial information that is going to be crazy. So we're going to mark the high of that move, and we can see that if we highlight the control point and the golden pocket together, you can see not only in the short term was this used, but in the mid term this was used. I'm not even going to say long term because that's not really fair. But over a couple weeks, you can see price did push over and in an awkward fashion continued to grind up. When it did have a nice ugly reversal, this is where it held with a bearish kicker. By the way, it's a very strong inside bar to a bearish kicker, and then it does not actually give us the confirmation. We talked about this in stream a long time ago, way back here. You can see when price finally topped out here, it didn't just push up, and then sell off in one candle. No, it had a slowdown, continuation, a bearish kicker, continuation that held the same support, and then look, a bearish engulfing still held the same support right here, and then they gave us a third bearish candle. So you got one bearish kicker, two bearish engulfing, three bearish kicker again, and this is where they retest from. And you can see they're still struggling between this area to choose over the course of multiple weeks and multiple trading sessions that they are in fact trying to bring this down. You can see it here, you can see it here, you can see it here, and you can see, so they're not going to make it obvious. They're not going to do it in one candle, and that's kind of the scenario that we're in right now at this part of the chart. Is that it's pushed up, it's made this awkward push up, it's just kind of held, grinded up, whatever. If you're not taking trade opportunity on that, awesome. But then they gave you this bearish kicker to a higher open that ended up closing higher. This almost deletes this candle, right? I mean, they still have this high to deal with, but you see the point. So we're gonna keep that marked. We're gonna do it again, just like we did from the point of the breakout to the slowdown, and then see just really what goes on. So fib retracement, we're going to go from the high to the first point of the slowdown. So they kind of pushed up to here, then they gapped down. So this is another slowdown. We're going to have to grab a rectangle here. Zoom on over. Grab that control point to the golden pocket. And some of them, I know in this instance, you guys are probably going to ask me, like, are you sure you would draw that? Like, yes, you would. You can see this one was just, it was a decent distance. This one, not that far. Right, so it is a little awkward to draw, but it's still very helpful. And then you have this high to this slowdown, right? So you can see this one a lot more spaced out, a lot more normal feeling when you're going to draw this, or you see the size of it, or you see the distance that it went. So this is very helpful. So you can see in the short term this helped, and the midterm this is going to help us, because if you pan up, if we end up pulling back, right, and we break all of the support we have up here, so this candle and this candle, and we break this recent high. So if we break that recent high, that's going to be what brings us down to that area, right? So what can we do just like we did with this one, and this one? From the point of the breakout, so the high of the move, to the point of the slowdown, which is right here, because we have a slowdown. We have it pulling back down into that previous day's high. Hasn't really done anything since then, but that's still going to be our effective range. And look, that's where we get our 505 and 506 80s. So if you were interested in how we're getting our levels, or how you're interested in how we're getting our all-time high charting done, this is exactly how I'm doing it every single week, and it's been very accurate. Each week I've been breaking down exactly what makes something bearish, what makes something bullish, regardless of the week, regardless of the movement. I'm purely just looking at my levels, my zones, and I'm looking for breaks or holds. And you can see a couple times they like to tease us. They like to tease us and say, look, we're going to dump under it, and then they wick it back up, and they give us a candle just like this afterwards, like this afterwards, like this afterwards. So you can see each time they dip and give us an ugly candle, they return very strong with bulls. So it's not like they're visually hiding it from us still. Like, no, it's very present, very easy to see. Whoops. So right now we're basically just worried about all-time high, the recent control point, golden pocket, 50%, golden pocket range, and then the recent high too. So we're kind of looking at this as still super bullish, right? If this breaks, it's still not really that bearish, but we have to understand that bearish opportunity is possible to reach 503.50. And if 503.50 breaks, this would be a second trigger to possibly bring us down to 500, right? And if not, we end up holding this, basing out, awesome, holding some higher lows, awesome. Then they're going to bring us back up to these highs. We're probably going to break these all-time highs and go reach psychological levels, which would be what? 515, 520, 525. You can also do the in-betweens. I like to tell my chat it's like the quarters. You have 515, you got 517.50, 520, 520, 250, 525, 527.50. Those are like the secondaries. I would say these are the primaries. These are the ones you focus on. And then tertiary are going to be when you're in the smaller time frame and you're looking at every dollar. That'd be like your tertiary psychological level to look at. So that's really all I wanted to talk about was psychology levels, or psychological levels, sorry. All-time high charting, all-time high information, how to trade this stuff, how to look at this stuff. And yeah, really just direction on how I got all my stuff on my list. So I hope you guys enjoy this live breakdown of what we're going to actually be doing this week. But we'll see. But again, guys, don't forget, we are in a clear uptrend. Bulls are very, very, very strong. We're just looking for short-term triggers. We're just not trying to ignore what is possible, right? You know, this would be short-term bearish. This would be short-term bearish. But in reality, we're still holding above the old all-time highs. We still have an uptrend here. So they could pull back all the way below 500 and still, in fact, have plenty of room to make another strong bounce, I should say. Maybe it won't take it. Maybe it'll take a lot longer. It won't be as fun to watch because it'll, be slow, take a lot longer. But overall, we're still in an uptrend, even with the pullback. So what you're going to see me be posting is just awareness. I'm just posting what is short-term up, what is short-term down. That's it. I'm not going to try to sit here and tell anybody by the end of the year we're going to be at 600. By the end of the year, we're going to be at 400. No, I'm not doing all that. We're not guessing. We're not doing that. We're just adjusting to what our information is telling us each and every day, each and every week. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this information. I hope this video helps you. I hope everything in here helps you with the weekly watch list this week, as well as just future weekly watch list and you making your own game plans. But I'll see you on the next one, and thank you again.